One good thing about Nakamacon that other cons don't do, if someone's got a good idea, actively encourage, like, do it. Whether they want to bring a new game, whether they want to run a new event, bring their karaoke system, new karaoke. That's how all the new games and events have happened. Someone says, hey, I want to do this. I'm like, let's do it.
Hello, welcome to Worst Gen Workshop, the worst One Piece fan club in the entire world. And today we have the founders, the organizers, the head honchos of Nakamacon. What is Nakamacon, though, and who are you?
You can go first, Big Ma.
Oh, okay.
Ma'am.
I am Ellie. I am Big Mom tonight, and I'm going to be helping with some of the running and the organizing of Nakamacon. I'm really excited about this year, too.
My name is Sean, or otherwise known as Buggy, on all the
Boogie.
pages. Yeah, any of the flashes usually in the web page, anything being really obnoxious, usually Buggy's putting his little hands in there. He's always part of the thing. I found it a Comic-Con in a weird way, but I don't really see it as my event. I see it as a community's event.
Very fun. And so Nakamacon, Nakama, I think, Nakama, or Nakama, I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't pay attention. I read the manga, so, like, I don't I don't watch the subs a lot, but I think see it written down. I'm like, okay, One Piece. And I saw that. I'm like, oh, Florida. That's in the United States. And I wanted to know more. My friend Eric really wanted to go to Nakamacon, so I thought it'd be really cool to just ask the people in charge, yo, what's the deal with Nakamacon? And shout out to John who helped make this connection. That super helpful because I want to know more about this event that I might be going to, probably going to. It sounds like a party. But what is Nakamacon?
Should I start with this?
Yes.
Okay. The Comic-Con is basically a fan experience for people who love One Piece. Basically, we all sat down. We're at a photo shoot at MA Mid-Atlantic, and that meetup's gotten really big over the years. And every year we look forward to it. It's a big deal. We get all excited for it. Happy to see who's coming out. But the event lasts 1 hour. So me and my friend Kelsey were just sitting around talking, man, this is really fun. What a great time. You look great. I look great. We all look great. And I was like, I wish this was longer. She's like, yeah, I wish we can see each other more, not just this 1 hour slot that we have at the convention. Yeah. And I'm just like, I'm going to make a convention for One Piece. And she gave me a weird look. I'm like, I'm going to do it. So I ended up going to get my closest friends that are One Piece. I'm like, hey, I'm going to make a convention. How are we going to do this? And then we quickly realized, we don't have money for a hall. We don't have money for a big guest right now, but we all want to hang out and have fun. So another guy, Tom, he's like, dude, I work at the beach hotels in Panama City. Why don't we just hang out at the beach? We don't need a dealer's room. We don't need this. If we're all hanging out and having fun, I'm like, oh my God. And then once we took away this preconceived notion of a convention, we just started to say, wow, we can do it something totally different. With running not just a traditional, here's our panel, here's our artist alley, here's our dealer's room, here's our costume contest. That experience is done really well at some of the big conventions, and no knock at them, but we already have that available to everybody. So why are we trying to replicate what everybody else has when we can create something totally new experience? And not just new experience in the convention scene, but more specifically the One Piece fandom. So it all started going around, and I kept on finding my friends that were just, I love One Piece. And if you love One Piece, I'm like, come on out, help us out with this. And just kind of went on from there.
And how long has this convention? This party. It's more party than convention. It sounds like
we call it a non-convention convention.
Non-convention convention. Well, how long has this non-convention convention been running, excluding the dark period of the Koof?
Well, we actually had two cuts. We also had the hurricane that hit Panama City really, really bad. And so we lost a year from that as well. We had, I guess we started in 2015 was our first year.
2015.
Yeah, 2015 was our first year. And it just kind of, we've done it. We try to do it every year since then. And our attendance can be from, our first year was around like 40 people. We've gone well over 100. It's a very intimate event.
Good.
Yeah. It's a little bit out of the way, but at the same time, we have a beach. We have a beautiful ocean.
Beautiful sunsets.
Yeah,
just beautiful pictures.
yeah.
Yeah, especially for One Piece. And so while we're on the topic of venue, what is the closest airport to Nakamacon? So you're flying in from wherever in the United States.
I'm looking it up right now. City Beach.
But what with with Nakamacon, what so at the convention, what do you do like a structured programming schedule? Like what do you actually do at Nakamacon? What's that? Oh, what's that? That's pretty, by the way. What is that? Is that like a newspaper?
So this year we're going to have a News Coup newsletter, and it's basically going to kind of run down what our events are.
Oh.
And we hope that we can pass this out every morning, but we also hope that we're going to be able to publish this online also.
Hmm.
So we're kind of working on some detailed kind of things just to make sure that people know what's going on, what the events are going to be, when they're going to start, kind of what the rules are for the certain events. And we've got a lot of really cool events planned, in my opinion, this year. The teams kind of come together, and everybody has some really great ideas. So
That sounds fantastic. It sounds like the dream One Piece event, especially since it's not just like a 1 day like One Piece party, which would be fun. Like there's nothing wrong with a 1 day like one night event, but this is like how many days is this?
We usually start officially on Friday or in the evening or afternoon, and we go to
Hmm.
Sunday afternoon. So Friday, Saturday, and most of Sunday.
Damn, that's a real party weekend. I like what I'm
Yeah,
hearing. And with like the attendance that you have, which is under 500, you can like with that more intimate feel, more the more unearned camaraderie of a convention condensed into three days, you can really like do a lot with programming because there's less people to organize and more people willing to like play ball and stuff like that. So
yeah.
it sounds like a
What
lot of fun.
now? The way the convention starts, in
Hmm.
previous years, we usually start on Friday evening with like a meetup and a barbecue, where we all actually cook food and try to like basically a big thing of One Piece. After they know we beat the bad enemy, what did we all do? We all have a big feast. We all hang out, drink, sing songs, and things like that. So everyone will come together and meet up and eat food. And we do something called choosing of the crews. Now, if you know in the TV show, there's a Davy Back Games, and in that part, there's basically two crews, and they basically fight over each other, not
Hmm.
just for bragging rights, but also crewmates. So at the beginning of the event, we have two captains get picked. Usually picked beforehand. Usually people have attended before, really cared about the convention, really give it their all, and are people that can lead people just to get that excitement going. So we pick those captains, and everyone randomly picks from this little box, and they pick basically their crew. They'll be like your convention tag. Instead of
Hmm.
being like the Nakamacon, it'll actually be your crew flag. So in previous years, we've had Whitebeard versus Shanks. We've had Buggy versus the Straw Hats. We've had Straw Hats versus Baroque Works. We've had Clown Pirates versus Big Mom Pirates. We've done a bunch of different events. And this coming year, we're doing Marines versus Revolutionary Army.
Oh, so there's
So
like so each year there's a theme. Okay,
yes, yes.
that is intense. I like that.
And so, but this year we're actually doing something different that our Miss Pudding's going to put on. She can probably explain it better for Big Mom. That's your daughter.
so my daughter will be running a kind of a welcome center when you get there. It's going to be Cafe Caramel, and it's going to be light refreshments. You're going to pick up your first news queue. You're going to see kind of a little video reel of some past Nakamacon events, some things that you
Hmm.
can be excited about and getting ready for. I'll be there to answer questions, or Pudding will be there to answer questions, and we'll have some of our merchandise there available
Oh,
for you to purchase.
actually, on that note,
Yeah.
every year on the merchandise part, I happen to have a prop with me. So we make bottles every year. This was our
That's
first ever
fun.
bottle. It's Frankie Cola. And we don't put anything in it when we give it to you, but whatever you want to put in, you can. This is our
Hmm.
first year bottles of Frankie Cola, and previous year for COVID, we did the Umeshu from Koreha. She was a doctor, so we wanted something kind of basically say, "Hey, COVID, we understand, and here's a cure for it." We also have these really cool wristbands as well. I don't know if you want to pick a different color, you can see it better here. And Nakamacon is a free event. We actually don't charge anybody. You should really get your hotel room, or really just get there for some people.
Mhm.
And we pay for everything ourselves, but it's through donations and through selling our
Okay.
little gifts and things like that. We feed everybody a lot. No one goes home hungry. We had some really good prizes, from custom cooking ware to custom mugs to laser engraved knives and cutting
Mhm.
boards for all the contests. So
Yep. And we're going to be
That's
doing a
exciting.
giveaway because if you come by the Welcome Center, take a look at the merch. If you come by, you're going to be able to enter in a contest. You pick up your news coup every day. You're going to get a kind of a ticket. You're going to be able to enter in a contest, and we're going to be giving away Sanji's cookbook.
woo,
Ooh.
that's it.
Viz Media, Viz, please print more of those. They're very hard to find. I got one for my
Mm-hmm.
birthday from my homie, but they're hard to find now.
Yes.
Oh, extremely.
No, that sounds exciting. It sounds like a very tight programming because in general, like I've been to a lot of conventions along the East Coast, and something that really struck me is some conventions are like more party oriented or more heavy cosplay programming, which is fine. But I like conventions where it's like very for everybody and really focus on their programming. You know, making it fun for everybody, like having a little like really tight programming. This sounds tight. Like you guys, have this under control with your events and with your various Davy Backfight games and such. Do you rotate through the same games each year? Do you like make new ones here and there, or ones that really like? What's the one that is like a staple game or a staple activity that works really well?
Well, part of getting everybody involved in the event is basically selecting a cruise. So,
Hmm.
say someone is really good at running but not good at throwing, there's different events that may cater to them better. But even if they're not good at certain events, they can still cheer on their crew.
Hmm.
So, no matter what, someone's always involved in cheering or trash talking the other crew. That's a big part of it all.
Hmm.
And then with our program and events, basically the games kind of start on Friday night with a cooking contest. So
Hmm.
we have two different
Ooh.
cooking contests. We have our sweet and we have our savory. So our savory is going to be like a cooked meat, like a dinner piece, and
Hmm.
everyone actually votes on it. It's all anonymous voting. You don't know who cooked it or who's voting, and so you basically say who's the best. And also a sweet dessert. And so that way, it's kind of similar to in Town. I think that was a filler arc with a Sanji cooking contest.
Hmm. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's completely based off of that, exactly how we do it, the cooking contest and the cooking challenge. So it ends up being a lot of fun. Plus, it's a really good icebreaker. Hey, someone made this. How is this made? Back and forth. And plus, over previous years, showing Sosa with their award-winning spoon or knife to show off, it kind of, helps with the competitions every year. We get to know each other in like a different sort of way, where it's a competitive, like you're a rival but not an enemy kind of thing.
Yeah, because you're eating food. Like, can't
Yeah,
like no one. It's like a huge faux pas to like argue and start beefing over food.
exactly. So we end up like having that shared experience, and that really bonds together. And the reason we call it Nakamacon is that we're friends and we're all crew. Most
Hmm.
of us have never met each other in person. Some of us are from across the country, met there for the first time, and our one time we see each other every year is Nakamacon. And so these friendship that we built over the years is purely from this event. And so it's almost like you're visiting your family once a year for your family reunion. This is our One Piece family reunion. Now, once the game starts, we have a few games that I've only seen it in a Comic Con. One of my favorite is called Cube. Cube is like
How do you spell that? Oh,
I think it's Kub. Cube.
cube.
Yeah, Kub. I believe it was a Viking, historically a Viking game.
Oh, that's cool.
And
That's
you have
neato.
these little pieces of wood,
Hey,
and you basically got to throw them and knock them over, and you basically knock your team has to knock yours over first for the other team, and it gets a really competitive event. It's a lot of fun, and 5 people play at a time. We have that's always someone one day brought it, ended up sticking. Um, some years we've done events that we haven't repeated, like the tug of war. We had a tug of war challenge go at least 20 minutes. We were all pretty tired, and we don't really like to mention that event again. Uh, Probably the most popular is dodgeball.
oh,
It's pretty legendary. But
it's only popular because of one person.
well, Buggy the clown always wins at
Always
dodgeball. He actually one time Buggy
everybody
beat everybody by
at the
himself.
same time.
at the same time. I think it was like 15 against 1, and Buggy still won easily.
We got to take him down this year. Take him
Yeah.
down.
Well, they had to change the rules this year to take down Buggy because the regular rules couldn't apply. After a few years of Buggy dominance, they had to change the rules.
Yeah, is the rule you can't bring your own balls? Was Buggy bringing the muggy balls, the buggy balls?
No, they basically made the the court shorter on Buggy's side, so he couldn't dodge it at all. They literally cut his side by 2/3 smaller.
So it's like when Buggy like chops off his like torso section and like makes himself a mini Buggy. That's what you did to him. You just made
Yeah. They made him mini Buggy, and then they finally won. They can finally shut Buggy up for once.
Gotcha. He's
Now,
like the final boss. Very good, very good.
in Dodgeball.
And just
Yeah.
sorry,
Go
I was
ahead.
just going to add another note about the games is they're named after the characters. So, you're going to have Jinbei's Fishman Dodgeball. You're going to have,
Usopp's what's his the shooting
the
thing called?
Kabuto, Pachinko.
Yeah.
the slingshot challenge.
Yeah, it's the Kabuto. Usopp's. We have these like the big huge beach slingshots that like 3 people to shoot, and we aim them at targets across the beach.
That sounds awesome.
We had a new game this year. It was the Can Jam.
Yeah, that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what we called it. If we named that, buddy. Basically, you have frisbees.
Mecha can jam.
That's right. Basically, you have these things that look like garbage cans, and they have these little slits in them. And you throw the frisbee, and you got to either hit it, get inside of it, or go through a little hole to gain points.
Mm-hmm.
And your team can help. That's the fun part about it, is that your team can actually
slam dunk it into the.
Yeah. I've played a little Can Jam. That sounds delightful. During Saturday, that's like the middle day. Are you doing events for like 6 hours in the day and then like do cooldown activities? Like what happens like after you're done with the events? Like what do you do in the morning or what do you do at night? That's my question.
Usually in the mornings is when we do our like cosplay photo shoots.
Mm-hmm.
Usually having a light at that angle is really good. Number one, and number two, the heat. It's Florida; it can get hot, so having the heat lower in the morning is a better time to do our photo shoots for our cosplays.
Gotcha.
And usually we end up starting the events. What time do we start them? Around 11 or 12 o'clock.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and plus people like to wake up, take our time, mess around, goof off.
By the time people get up and have a breakfast, and then
Now, one really cool thing about the hotel rooms, they usually have a small kitchenette in there. So we're actually all going into each other's rooms to cook and share food together, which ends up being like another more bonding experience. We're like, hey, we're meeting up in Mike's room, we're meeting up in Sean's room, we're meeting up in Nellie's room, and we all kind of meet up, and we kind of do our Navy breakfast, or we'll do our we do a pizza party on Saturday night. What's her name? Julie Bonnie's pizza party, and we watch it actually. Usually we do it outside by the pool. We set up a big movie screen outside.
Yep.
But last year was actually really, really cold at night, or was really windy. I'm not sure which one it was.
It was really windy.
It was windy. So I had a big suite, so we cleared out the suite and we set the whole big projector in the room, and we easily fit like 30 people in that room.
That was great.
So we had a big suite. We set the screen up. We all sat and watched. It was Stampede.
Yes.
And so we had a good time, and
and we have other things like we have a trivia. Like we have a trivia game where you can kind of hang out and just kind of chill.
And these trivias aren't like who's Luffy's brother kind of questions. Like an easy question would be, what's the name of Alvida's ship? That would be the easy question.
Miss Loveduck, yeah.
Loveduck, yeah. That would be the easy one. I'd be like, okay, now the hard question would be like, name all the Wazimono swords.
Or like name all the Duck Squad of Carter's Duck Squad.
Yes,
I know one. I know Bourbon Jr. and that's it.
Yeah, because everyone that comes to this event is going to be your mega fan.
Oh God!
And so like we have one of our most endearing Nakamas. Her name's Maggie. She is the super fan of all super fans. I met her.
Alvida.
Yes, Alvida. Yes, that is her. She is. She embodies Alvida 100%. Just her confidence.
She knows everything. That's how I know. That's how I knew Miss Loveduck.
Yes. Like 1 year, I think we had her make the questions, and I think we were like 30% accuracy or something. And these are like the Uber fans only getting that much, which is kind of what we want, because most stuff is like easy for everyone like us. So when you bring that in, like, okay, we all got to stop and think and work together, or not work together, and you argue, and it ends up being like kind of like And you all kind of get petty at Maggie. Oh, she's just too hard. Why is she doing this? But at the same time, that's what we wanted from her. It gives us like a good memory of Maggie that like she knows more than us, but we always hope to like
Yes.
catch up to her one day.
Yeah, it's like you need to have an obsessive weirdo make the you ever have, for example, if you've ever done trivia with the One Piece podcast or anyone who's done the One Piece podcast, an example question is the duck question, and that infuriates everyone. It's like no one knows the names of like any of the duck squad or whatever, except for maybe like Eyelashes who joined as an honorary member, and then Bourbon Jr. because his name's funny.
Yeah, I think they actually, as a plot point, Eyelash was the name, I believe. I remember.
Yes,
Yeah.
but trivia very hard.
Oh yeah, hard,
Now,
hard, hard, hard.
mhm. Now with actually another thing about the venue. So there's the beach right nearby, and then there's a pool, which is dope as heck.
Mhm.
What's in the general area of the hotel? Because it's held at this Panama hotel, right? What's
Panama, it's Panama City Beach. I said we were at the Sugar Sands for a lot of years. We are moving to a new hotel this year.
Ooh.
Uh, what's actually the name of the official name of the address of the hotel? Let me look this up real fast. We'll edit this part down.
We are trying to plan a pool party. Hopefully, we'll have some mermaids. We're keeping our fingers crossed with that.
Yes, yes.
And we're also hoping that people will really bring out their costumes to this more than anything, because the best part about it is seeing everybody's costume and hanging out as those characters. And so we are going to hopefully throw a kind of a, I don't know, like a bathing suit fashion show. So hopefully people kind of get creative with their bathing suits, and
Hell yeah.
we can have a fashion show also with it.
Yeah, the resort is the Beachcomber by the Sea in Panama City Beach.
Mhm.
Now, we were actually there a couple of years ago because after the hurricane hit, they had to remodel the main hotel. So we went to the Beachcomber there, and that hotel was actually a little bit nicer. So we're going to return there this year. Now they have the pool, like the ground level floor was right to the pool, and then right past the pool is the beach. Like it's literally maybe 20 feet of walking max to the sand. And then in the area, we actually rarely leave that much because we end up, we all cook for each other, we all serve each other, we all kind of do that. But one thing we do go to as kind of a tradition on Sunday afternoon, we all leave and go to this little Thai restaurant called Oshi. It's a sushi. It's like a Japanese Thai restaurant called Oshi, Oishi, I believe. And we come there on Sunday. We literally take up half the restaurant, and we fill it up, and we'll have a good time there. Outside of that, I mean, just the beautiful beach is why we're there. So there's not much reason to leave, to be honest. And what's good about that time of year, there's not a lot of tourists there. So we pretty much have the whole beach to ourselves. And what's very kind of endearing, we've always gone in similar weekends. We've had families that end up doing their vacation time that happens to be the same weekend we do Nakamacon. Well, they end up, usually at first, like, who are these weirdos running around? But then after a while, they start watching us. And then after about the second day, they're like, hey, why are you guys here? And they end up becoming our friends. And we've had them actually come back and be like, oh, hey, how you doing? And they remember us from the previous year, and we remember them. And we end up becoming friends with them and just be like, it's like the random people you meet in the in the islands of the East Blue. Here's this little, citizen in this little country, and hey, welcome back, Luffy, welcome back, and end up being friends, and they come. And there was
fans. That's the great thing.
Exactly. And we had a daughter this year. I guess they've come to 3 or 4 of our events, but they always kind of stayed farther away. And the daughter, I guess, has gotten older. And she kind of, we have every year we have a piñata, by the way. It's always a One Piece themed piñata. Since we had Big Mom, we had a donut for Katakuri, and
that's very fun.
And she started watching it, and Mike just gave her the piñata stick to give her a whack at it, and she's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, get in on it." And then we all ended up having fun, and she ended up hanging out with us at the bonfire. We actually have a bonfire at night as well.
Bonfire?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
it's the best.
Yeah, we had the way the bonfire started. Our first year, we had a kid named Ken. He was a big cosplayer in the Southeast, one of the best Luffy's in spirit and in look that I think they'll ever be. And he was actually joining the real Navy. And his last thing before he left in the Navy was Nakamacon. He didn't go see his family. He came out to the One Piece event, and so he asked, "Hey, can I have our pinata?" And it was like we had a straw hat pinata made that year. I'm like, "Yeah, sure, dude, it's yours, man." And then that night, he didn't tell us what he's going to do with it the next day. On the beach that night, he just started a bonfire, and so it was. We just did it. It ended up being a good time, and we're like, "That's a really awesome idea." But now we get a permit for it. We make sure the police don't show up. We do it the right way. But yeah, we do it every year, and we actually do a Steinholding contest at the uh, at the bonfire at night. You ever have a Steinholding contest? You know how that works?
I have no idea what that
So
is.
basically, you get
Not a
these
clue.
big, huge steins, and you hold them out. You fill them with beer or water, or whatever you have, and hold all the way out, and see how long you can hold it for.
Oh.
And so we have people from each crew competing against each other to see who holds it the longest. And this year, actually, the first year Buggy didn't win, didn't hold out the longest. I think Mike won this year.
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I think he was practicing. But yeah, we had a really good event this year, and we hung out there, and like that's some more memories that we have at the bonfire. You sit around, and Daniel goes to pee in the ocean with the sharks at night, which is really safe. But it was a great time and good memories, and we laugh about it, and
Roasted
we
some
look forward to next year.
marshmallows, and
Oh yeah,
we'll have some treats out there.
we can do s'mores this year. Would be a really good idea.
Do y'all be grilling? Do y'all be? You guys be grilling, of course,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah.
Oh
They
yeah,
have
yeah.
grills there, so that's
Mhm.
usually part of the cooking. Either like we've done chicken, we've done burgers, we've done ribs. Since we
Yeah.
have ovens in some of the rooms, we've actually like roasted pork, we've done pulled pork, we've done all sorts of stuff in the rooms. We can have
That's a
like
lot
full
of fun.
kitchens. But yeah, we've done everything and anything, and
I think
food's like half the experience.
are we going to try to do the onigiri eating contest?
Oh yeah. In previous years, which we actually may bring it back, we've had onigiri eating contests, but the
Mhm.
onigiri aren't a simple onigiri. We have surprises on the inside.
Oh no.
From really good sweet things to disgusting things to
Oh
surprises.
god. Oh
Everything
god.
is edible. But yeah, we've had a lot of fun with that, and I'm definitely up for doing it.
Yeah, that sounds like mystery onigiri would like send me for a loop. Like that would be like so scary. Now, I imagine that the venue likes y'all a lot because like if you've been doing like the event for a while and like you bring a lot of people in, that's like you guys getting like good booking deals or anything like that, or
Yeah, we actually do have a code for our room. I believe it's on our Facebook page.
Mhm.
We actually have a group rate.
Gotcha.
Actually is on our Facebook page. If you guys want to check it out, just look up Nakamacon, and
Cool, cool. I'll
that will
post that in the video too.
yeah, and that'll actually be the I think a few posts down. You'll see the actual post about the hotel rooms. There it is. It's pinned to the top. You'll see
Oh,
the net.
very good.
Yes,
Awesome, awesome.
and you need to get your rooms by October 17th for the discount.
October 17th. Well, that's very generous. Like October 17th, very good.
Yeah,
We better get on that. Well, I have one last question. Do you all have a boat?
we actually in the past have rented a pirate ship. We chartered a pirate ship out of that company is called. There's a basically company that charters like a pirate cruise around the Gulf, and we have done it in the past. We sometimes they can do it, sometimes they can't because usually they end their
Mhm.
season on October 31st, and our event sometimes after that date. So we have to be able to convince the captain, or he has to be free enough to actually come and do the pirate cruise. Um,
So, no boat?
we're
Investigate.
we're iffy about it this year. We may come back
Thank
again in
you.
a future year, but this year I think we're not gonna go for it. Um,
Gotcha, gotcha.
we had
I was hoping you were gonna just say flat out no boat, and I was gonna end the episode right there as a bit.
okay.
Um.
We can do it. We can
Oh
redo
no.
it again.
Oh no. That no. We don't need to redo it. Do it. I was like, I can. Like that's perfect. Actually, you saying that you've had a boat in the past is actually more interesting, and I
Yeah,
like that.
actually it's like an actual pirate ship, and we've had music, we've had pirates, we've had as a whole like galley. There's actually a working cannon on the ship that we got to fire.
What?
Yeah, we have video of it somewhere
Yeah, we'll
on
definitely have to post more clips of Nakamacon.